it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and we are swatching. These are all the ink samples I got from Cloudlet Pen Company, and I really like them. I like their YouTube channel, and so I was super excited. I showed all of the unboxing in a separate video. In this video, we're going to sort through these and start swatching them. I've got 2 different swatch books to walk through. Actually, I might need to go back downstairs. I just went and remembered I needed a sampler bottle. I've got quite a few of these empty ones now, maybe like 3, 4, 5 empties. So I use that for the little swatch swirl. But I didn't want to get one of these ink caps messed up. So I went down, got that one, and I might need to go back down to get the little like clips to hold the pages down. I don't know how flat these are gonna sit. I am a little under the weather. Just got one of those little funky colds. Had sick kids last week. Just like slowly getting over everything. So I ended up with 2 inks that I have already used, and I don't think I have them with me actually because I filled up pens with them. So we're still missing 2. One of them is I want to say it's a pilot pen, but I think that might be wrong. It might be a sailor color, and it's Sakura Mori. So that's that color. I filled up a pen, wrote my reflections in it. Very pretty. I still need to swatch it in here. So here's my system. I've got my official swatch book where they're nice and pretty and organized. I have them in color families here in the undated monthly squares, and then in the undated weekly sections I've got like strips where I add water in so you can see the variation from really dark and saturated all the way down the stripe. I really love the way these turn out. Sometimes there's a lot of variation in the color, like you see the blues pulling out of this one, some blues and pulling out of all these ones. Super cool how it diffuses like that. And then in the back, I have lyrics, and these ones are the ones that are not done so much. So lyrics, I also just basically finished off whatever was left in some of these ink samples because there was just not much left in certain things. And I just played around with certain colors with a couple of droplets and the little plastic technique. You take a little plastic bag, crinkle it up really good, and then like dab it everywhere. You get a lot of variation. And I just have so much fun with the actual inks. So this is the official like ink swatchy book, which is a lot of fun. I've got a little index started because these pages are numbered here in the back. But before I get to that, I do like bigger ink swatches because some colors could go in multiple places. So this is where I really just test out the colors, and this is where I'm like, I'm not sure my book's gonna lay flat enough. I might have to go grab a clip, but these are like really big saturated swatches, and then I use a dip pen and write a little bit for each one. There's where we ended up. So there's 2 spots here. I think I have 25 inks this time, and I've been skipping pages now. So I may need to go get that clip. This page is gonna try to fly up a little bit because this side is so fluffy and crinkly. And then, oh, when I move them into the other swatch book, I check them off. So that's why all these little check boxes are here. But I love seeing the bigger swatches. So when I'm like going to find a color to use, I will come look at the bigger swatches. I'll flip through this one a little bit because sometimes I'm looking for a specific type of color. Like, oh, I want a purple shimmer, but I don't want it to be too dark. And so I go and I look at all the different ones to determine which color I'm after. My typical thing would be like, I want a pink this week. So I'll go and flip through and look at the pinks and be like, oh, I really like this one, and pull out, you know, whatever pink grabs me, tickles my fancy for that week. This is more like the dustier looking pinks. And I just flip through like that. Sometimes I don't know what color I want at all, and then I'll just flip through and pick something. But that's the main process. I am going to go grab that clip because this page seems to want to flip up. And then as I'm doing this, if it's really obvious what color family something goes in, I'll stick it in here. But sometimes it's not very obvious. Like I have a pink versus dusty pink. I have a teal versus aqua versus blue. So sometimes they have to dry down for me to decide which section I want them in. So that's the main discussion. I'm going to go get that clip, and then we will get started doing some swatches. We'll start with 10. I've got to organize a little bit because I want them to not be super duper random going into here possibly. I'm looking for a black today, so I got to decide which black I want to fill up my pen with. Okay, clips have been acquired. flip this page. Okay, a little bit flatter. I'm happy with that. Okay, I want darker colors. So I'm gonna pull from here and get like my dark Halloweenish colors. The black leaning colors. Yeah, I don't know what color that one even is. It's harder to tell in the bottles. Black and blue. So this is the color I filled my new pen with. Ancient Copper by Diamine. Beautiful, beautiful color. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that one. Autumn Oak is another one of those like fallish colors. Poison Envy is going to be a fun one. I think that one color shifts. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I for sure wanted to do. Season's Greetings. We'll do this River of Fire, and then one more. We're going to go ahead and do this one called Jingleberry. Okay, so those are going to be our 10. I've got my little swatchy thing right here. And what I was doing is sticking a little sample on the edge of the vial as well. So I may end up doing that at some point, but not necessarily right now because I don't want the bottles to be inky right now. Let's just do the big swatches. So being a lefty, it's hard for me to do the swatch and write. It's like I'm just, you know, I'll smear everything. So I'm not going to do the dip pen part right now. I'm just going to be doing the big swatches, and that's why they're in a line across. I don't know if you guys can even see that. A line across there for the swatchy part. And I'm just going to speed through this part, maybe talk a little bit here and there, but this part's just going to be sped up a little bit. So we've got Diamine Jingleberry. No shimmer in this one. And Goulet tightens these so good. So you're definitely not going to spill them in transit. I like the water. Hopefully you guys can see. Up in the corner there. All right, next is Robert Oster, River of Fire, and I don't think there's any shimmer in here. It's coming across very emerald looking on the vial. Oh, that looked more teal there. That is definitely very green leaning teal. Almost like a foresty green or a Christmas green. I would like to see how that one dries down because I didn't, to my knowledge, I didn't get any like forest green colors, so we'll see how that one turns out. I'd like to see the writing sample on that one as well. All right, this is Diamine Season's Greetings. I would classify that as green so far. That one leans more teal. And this one I'm super excited about. Ferris Wheel Press Poison Envy. This one does have a little bit of shimmer in the bottom, but I think this one has a really cool color shift, if I'm remembering correctly. Very purple. Definitely gives me Halloween vibes, which I was hoping to get a few Halloween type colors. I love that dark purple. Last one on this page is this one. Do not know how to say this. De Atrementis? I totally butchered it. Alexander Hamilton. So, got a Hamilton color, which is fun. I love Hamilton. Oh, I got a lot of purples on this page, so that one's a really pretty purple too. Nice rich purple. All right, I'm going to change my water out and then we'll go to page 2. All right, for the next one we've got Robert Oster Silver Dawn. This one does have shimmer in it. It does lean purple looking. I really like the Robert Oster inks. The Diamine and Robert Oster seem to be my top favorites. They always just perform really well. I've had some mediocre luck with some of the other companies. I feel like they haven't been as consistent. Robert Oster and Diamine both always have really consistent inks for me, and they're not super duper expensive either. I feel like the Sailor inks or the Pilot inks can be really expensive. Silver Dawn. Ooh, that's pretty. Man, I'm leaning lots of purples. Interesting. Didn't know I went that heavy on the purple samples this time, but I'm in that like fall color mode. I'm excited to see how these are drying down. Like this one, drying down crazy. This one also. Get that like green shift with the purple, which is so cool. All right, this one, Robert Oster, black and blue. There is some shimmer in here as well. I love the shimmer inks. And Robert Oster and Diamine both do really nice shimmer inks. And I am looking for like a really nice black. Like I don't want a generic, just black fountain ink. I want it to have some shimmer or some shift to it. Because if I'm gonna use a black pen, like just a plain old black, I have tons of black gel pens and things I can use. So I'm trying to find like a nice, cool, interesting black. So that I can just have like a dedicated black fountain ink. And I want to use a black ink. But it doesn't have to be like what I would consider like a boring, basic, basic black ink. I want to have some shimmer or shift, cool quality to it. I don't want just a plain old black fountain ink, because I can just use black regular ink if I need that. Diamine Tempest. This one also has a little bit of shimmer in there. It looks green shimmer on the bottom there. I'm really excited about this Wearingle Hades. So I think that's one of the black ones I picked out to be a potential black ink. Ooh, this one's definitely looking pretty black too. And then I want to have one of my pens filled up with the black ink. I might have to change this water out. Diamine Tempest. Yeah, that's more of like a blue. That leans like navy looking to me right now. Upon first inspection, it definitely leans a little navy. And this one has a little bit of a green, blue tinge to it. All right, this one is Wearingle Hades, and I am super excited about this one. It also has shimmer. I was looking at black inks with shimmer. This one does have that. This one was one I was most excited to try in the black ink family. I will definitely keep looking if this one doesn't fit the bill, or the other ones don't fit the bill. Oh yeah, that one's a deep dark looking black. So far I like that. I want to see how the shimmer dries on that one. That one doesn't look quite black enough for me. These two look nice and deep and rich, and so far so good with those two. Alrighty, right as I went to go change my water for this last one, my camera cut off, so it's fine. This one's called Masquerade. I don't exactly know what color this is. It looks like it's more of a brown leaning option. I was picking out, you know, fall and Halloween colors, also some black colors. This one leans more towards like that coppery brown looking color from the bottle, and it did have a lot of shimmer. Diamine Masquerade. Not sure what section I got this color in. Sometimes I'll just pick like oranges and pull from a certain section. Ooh, yeah, brownish. Excited to see the shimmer on that one too. That one's a nice, pretty fall color, almost like a dusty rose color. Pull that out a little bit further. I'm interested to see how that one will dry. The dusty rose brown. All right, there are the samples so far. Loving the way this one looks. This is the Poison Envy, and I knew it had a really cool Halloween color shift. I'm interested to see how the black colors dry down. This one is aqua with a really interesting like purpley shift on top. This purple, this like pinky purple, gorgeous. We're just waiting now. Just gonna see what they look like when they dry, and then we'll do the dip pen section. So I decided to do this next part just at night, so the lighting was not great, but I will come around at the very end and talk about the colors in daylight, so you'll be able to see.
So first I just swatched the purples that I knew would be on the purple sheet, and when all of these samples dried, I came back with the dip pen, but it was later in the day, so the lighting is not the greatest for this next section.
Okay, here are the first set of swatches. I already have filmed the subsequent 2 sets, which I'm going to stick in a separate video, and I want to talk about these. I love the Hades as a black. I feel like this one leans a little bit more grayish, and this one also leans kind of like blue tinted as the base color, but I still would consider this one a true black. I'm not so sure about this one. I know it's called black and blue, but it looks more grayish to me. Whereas this one looks like a deep, nice, true black. This one leans almost black. This one, I don't know, it's just not quite black. On the writing, it definitely looks more black than here. I love the Hades one. The writing looks good. The shading, the blue shimmer on it, so pretty. I think I will try to use that one as a black and see how it goes, and then test out these two also as a black. I love this one for Halloween, the Poison Envy, and if you look really close, hopefully you guys can see, we still have like early daylight right now, you can see the green on the letters too. So it's not just that, you know, like if it's super saturated, you get the green. You actually get it on the letters too, which is so neat. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of that. It looks really, really cool on the paper. Of course, love the purples, love this pink, gorgeous. These two lean a little bit more green than I would like, but I really like the shading on this Diamine Seasons Greetings. It definitely has that like purpley look to it in the letters, so you get green and purple throughout the letters, which is really fun. This one just leans more green, and it's a really pretty color. Definitely, I would consider this a Christmas color. And then this one, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I would call this one a dusty pink. It definitely has that brownie lean to it, but it's a really beautiful color. And I love the golden sparkly shimmer on that one as well. It's just a beautiful color. So all in all, these are 10 absolute hits for me. I will test out and use them. I definitely want to use all of these colors coming up, especially like Halloween vibes. That is so much fun. I picked way more saturated type of colors, and I cannot wait to dive in and start using some of these, especially like testing out the black inks in a fountain pen. It's going to be fun. I think this one will be a lot of fun with the shimmer on there. With the writing samples, I didn't mix up the shimmer. I mean, I know what it looks like when shimmer comes out. I just have these mixed up with the shimmer, so you can really pick up the shimmer on there. But I can't wait to play around with those. And then this is like a perfect pink to me. Perfect, just gorgeous color. And I got dusty pink down here. I'm just sold on all of them. So I hope you guys liked this look at my first 10 swatches. I am going to have so much fun. I will be back very soon with my next 15. I'll squeeze all 15 into the next video. So you can look forward to that coming up soon. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow me along. I plan on doing some sort of fountain pen review for you guys too. Now that I've got 4 pens, I've got thoughts about each one, how they perform. So I will do some sort of review for those as well coming up soon. So I hope you guys are well. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.